I was wondering how many people can say or sing, all is well in my soul. Do we actually feel all is well in our soul? Now, there's been some research. I came across a number of articles, one by Gallup, another one by Psychology Today, and they were talking about an epidemic of loneliness. And not only is it being reported from America or OECD, the more advanced countries, that only half of people feel they have meaningful in-person interactions on a daily basis. But even in South Africa, we're dealing with this. I came across some research from the University of Cape Town, also dealing with the same feature, alarming levels of loneliness found in South African adolescents. So this is a global thing, and it's not just a physical loneliness or an emotional loneliness. It is a spiritual loneliness as well. It is a loneliness in the person's soul. There's a lack of soul connection, in-depth connection with other people. They're not really connecting soul to soul. And if they don't do that, there's some effects. There's anxiety, there's stress disorder, there are negative coping styles, and reduced psychological resilience. So something goes out of kilter at a mental, emotional level when there's this feeling of loneliness because there isn't a soul connection. Now you can blame it on a whole variety of factors. You can blame it on the breakdown of family structures. We certainly don't live in the kind of family structures or tribal structures they had 100 years ago. There's a lack of community. Fewer people are engaged in playing sport together. And then obviously the internet and video games has a huge impact on people isolating themselves. But I found an interesting article sent out by Mark Manson, author Mark Manson, called Your Friendship Guide. And he was writing about how to increase the quality of our friendship. And he said, we don't talk enough about friendship. Some of us may struggle with it. We may say things like, we're just bad at making friends. It's hard to meet people these days. Manson goes on to say, friendship isn't something you find, it's something you practice. So we've got to look at what are we practicing? Are we practicing all our views about who's good and who's bad and who's right and who's wrong and justifying ourselves? Or are we practicing real friendship, sharing meaningful emotional exchanges, sharing personal information, and consistently supporting each other? So there's a very important aspect to friendship in supporting each other. And over and above that, there's a genuine care for another person's well-being. And in caring for one's well-being, I want to put the emphasis on the word being, that our being may be well. So at the very core of ourselves, as a spiritual being, we know well-being. And it takes care. It takes care in how we share, in how we interact with each other. And it takes courage to do that as well. And authenticity to actually share at that level. One can't be a fake person putting on an image and really share in depth with quality. And it also may mean having uncomfortable conversations. I was watching some videos about the late Charlie Kirk, who was a right-wing activist. Some of you may like him, some of you may not have, but he made some interesting points. And he made a point and he said, if the most important thing for you is feeling good, you'll end up miserable. And if the most important thing for you is doing good, you'll end up purposeful. And I thought it's much better living a purposeful life than living a miserable life. And so And it's not always easy to have this pointed out to one. But are we doing good? How are we living a life of purpose? And I find that I have to look at this because it's not, I have to rise up, not just, fortunately, I don't live in physical poverty, but there are many people that live in physical comfort but live in spiritual poverty because they're unable to break out of a certain mindset, a certain way of seeing things, and find new ways to relate to people, new ways to be a good friend, new ways to be a trusting person that people feel they can really share and feel comfortable with. And so it's really in the performance of good action that spreads out. And I came across, I'll close with a quote by Sir Philip Sidney. And he said, the performance of a good action, a man not only benefits himself, but confers a blessing to other people. And I thought, in friendship, we confer a blessing to other people. We share something spiritually as we there for each other, as we share something at the level of being, as we share soul to soul, as we have a real in-depth soul experience with another person, we are offering a blessing to other, and we are benefiting ourselves in doing that as well. So we're blessed to have this understanding, and we're blessed to know this, and we're blessed to share this at the soul level together.